going live on YouTube now. You got the pop-up on your screen. And guys, now I want to know, is there anyone here for the first time?
Yes, it's my first time here.
Great, Claudia, welcome. That's
Thank
great.
you.
All right, Claudia, for you who don't know how this is gonna work, I'm just gonna pause the video, just 1 second. Okay. For you, Claudia, how this is gonna work? Usually we split this meeting in several rooms, the Zoom rooms, when we are in a lot of people, but today we are in just a few people, so we're gonna stay everybody in this room. I'll send you the questions, so I already sent you the questions. You have the questions for the topic of today. Today the topic is people pleaser, and we're gonna start answering the questions one by one so we can have a direction in our conversation. Okay, so just a little disclaimer. Talk and Talk is especially for the guys on YouTube who is watching us or who's gonna watch us someday. Talk and Talk is a speaking platform where we can practice our English skills, not just English, but Spanish, French, Italian, so many other languages. So if you guys have more interested in learning and taking more classes, go to the talkandtalk.com.br. It's the Talk and Talk website. And there you can learn a little bit more about Talk and Talk. You can ask me. And that's it. So let's start. Claudia, do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. So I'm just to say that I'm not a teacher, right? I am a speaker, just as you are, just as everybody here is. And we're just gonna share some experience. We're just gonna talk. That's what we're gonna do, all right? So if you have any questions about English, you can ask everyone here. And if anyone knows how to answer Claudia's questions, you can just open the microphone and answer. Okay, guys? So let's start. I already introduced myself. So Claudia, can you start by introducing yourself for everyone, please?
All right. So my name is Claudia. I'm 36 years old. I live in São Paulo. I'm a trilingual executive assistant and also I'm a tour guide. And I love languages.
Great. We have an expert in English here. Welcome, Claudia.
Thank you.
Tiago, how about you?
Well, my name is Thiago. I have 40 years old. I have one kid. I'm married. I'm a former logistics. Nowadays, I'm studying programmer, software engineer like you. But I'm a very, very rookie yet. Still. I'm living in São José dos Campos, nearby from São Paulo, countryside of São Paulo. And I don't remember, I think it's the 4th or 5th class with you.
With me or with Talk and Talk?
Talk and Talk.
Oh, great. Just a minute, guys. William, how about you?
So guys, my name is William. I'm 27 years old. I'm studying computer science and I work with IT for 2 years, like a software engineer in the company. And I'm studying English for a while. So I met Talk and Talk some years ago on LinkedIn. And now I am always here to practice my English, to meet new people and to improve my speak. So something that I want to do is speak more natural when I'm talking with people, especially face to face. Something that I am facing this problem when I'm speaking online. So it's for me easily, but when I'm speaking face to face with someone on the street or the bus, I am having this problem. So, and during the week, I hope I can participate in all of this conversation.
That's great, William. Thank you. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Samia. How are you guys?
Hello, I'm good. How about you?
Great. Thank you
Hello,
for
I'm
coming
pretty
today.
good.
Samia, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, my name is Samia. I'm from Teresina, Piauí, and I've been here on TNT since, I don't know, maybe 2020, October 2020. And I love this place because here I can talk in English and meet new people every meeting. So that's why I'm here.
Great, Samia. Thank you. How about you, Yasmin?
Hello, so my name is Yasmin. I'm 20 years old. I live in São Paulo. So I work as a teacher and I'm a host here on TNT too.
Great. We have a lot of help today. Sarah, how about you?
Hey guys, my name is Sarah. I live in Bahia. I've been here for 2 months now, and I love to be in this place. Like Samia said, it's a good place to make new friends and to gain confidence to speak and fluence, to have more natural conversations, I guess. So nice to meet you all.
Thank you, Sarah. Okay, guys, let's start. Today we're going to talk about being a people pleaser. Are you a people pleaser? Do you have the need to always please everyone around you, your family, your friends? Okay, let's start. Question number 2, because the number 1 we are already answered. We introduce ourselves. So, do you oftenly agree with other people, even though deep down you have a different opinion? Samia, what do you think?
Well, nowadays, I feel more confident to say my opinion, when I have to say something. But when I was younger, I used to be like someone who agreed with everything, just to avoid something bad, like some conflicts, because I was trying to not get in trouble or just avoid the feeling, being a discussion with someone. So that's why I used to agree with everything, with everyone, just to avoid some some conflict, some discussions, because I think this takes a lot of energy, to discuss. But nowadays I feel more confident to say my opinion, and I feel happy for that, because in the past I used to do that, but deep down I was so sad because I kind of regretted not saying my opinion.
Yeah, I feel you, Samia. I was the same way. And I think I still am a little bit, especially when it comes to politics. I don't like politics, and I am very scared of sharing my opinion, which, I don't know, depends. With my boyfriend and my parents, okay, but with random people, sometimes people don't respect my opinion. So I'm actually scared. I don't know if I'm a people pleaser, but I know that I'm scared. What about you, Claudia?
I totally agree with you, Sarah, because it happens the same. So I avoid talking about politics with people, like with my families and friends, it's okay. But mostly I just avoid, because I think depending on how's the person's opinion, we can have like an argument, and then I don't want that. So this is like something that I really don't like it. But oftenly as Samia was saying, in the past, I used to avoid saying my opinion, but nowadays I just do it because I think it will be good for me, even like not just to learn more, but also to let people to know what I think about that subject.
Yeah, you end up not hiding from people. So people already know your opinion on politics, on music, they get to know you a little more. It's easier for them to deal with you sometimes. All right, Thiago, are you a person who oftenly agrees with other people?
Well, I always just agree when my opinion matches with the other opinions. When doesn't, I place my point of view with this person or people in a pleasant way, sorry, I forget the word, in a positive way. And yeah, but when I was younger, I was scared. I had some kind of feeling, fear, and therefore I not even speak with this person or people.
Yeah, I feel it, Thiago. I think everyone here was scared of disagreeing with our parents when we were kids, right? I think that is a pattern,
right.
maybe. Yasmin, what do you think?
Yeah, I like to share when I have a different opinion, but sometimes this makes me feel tired because some people like don't want to listen to you. So sometimes I just listen to people and I prefer to not give my opinion because this makes me feel really tired.
Sometimes silence is the best way to go. Sarah, what do you think?
I often I don't agree. Like I say I agree with you, but I just keep silent because it's like it's hard to disagree with someone, and especially when I'm at a place I'm not comfortable because I'm in college, for example. So the professor says something about women or about the students. I've been in this situation. Like my professor was talking a lot about how students don't want to study, don't want to commit these days. He was angry, saying we don't have responsibilities, and I didn't agree with him because he was sounding a little offensive. We had just started the course, but I didn't say anything because I was in my fresh year in college, so I didn't feel safe to share. And but another student did, and the professor offended, like said a lot of stuff to him. So I thought to myself, oh, it was good for me to stay silent, you know. But he was brave. I'm not so brave as he was at the time. Now I'm still a little, I'd say, I still keep silent a lot of times, especially when it's a new person, especially with my friend's boyfriend or something like that, because I don't want to be that person who is judging, who is always disagreeing, because when you disagree all the time, people may judge you like, oh, she just disagrees to be different, but to be boring. I don't know, something like that, the beach, something like that, you know. But yeah, I'm more silent most of the time. Still working on that.
I think there's a line between saying your opinion and disagreeing just to be a rebel person. You know, you always want to disagree with your mother like we're a teenager. She says something and you want to say the opposite. So for me, it's a thin line between saying your opinion and disagreeing just to be, I don't know, rebel. What do you think, William?
So in my case, for example, it depends about the subject that I'm talking with the person and the person that I'm talking about. So nowadays in the world that we are living, so for you agree or disagree with someone, so you need to take care, especially now on social media. If someone posts a picture or some posts on LinkedIn, for example, or any other social media. So if you're right and the person you're wrong, so if you agree or disagree with the comment or what these people or the person will write down in your post, so man, you need to take a lot of care, because it can don't take the control, and it can become a discussion. And to avoid this kind of thing, and don't waste my time, most of the time I prefer agree with the person, even though this person is right or wrong, because I don't want to waste my time and convince these people they are wrong or right. So because I've faced a lot of a problem about that, and now that we are having the politics in the election in Brazil in this year, so man, I'm going to avoid to stay on social media, because people, they will get crazy talking. They agree with the side, they disagree with another side. So to avoid this kind of conversation, I prefer agree with everybody.
I am totally with William on that. Thank you, William. Tiago, can you please read the question number 3 and answer? And then when you finish, please someone to answer after you.
Okay, no problem. Do you have the habits of apologizing even when it's your fault? No, I'm not even, because there's no reason to apologize when then it's not my fault. When I was younger, maybe, but nowadays, never. Sarah, can you please?
Yeah, sure. I'd say it depends on the how close I am to the person. Like if it's someone who's special to me, I can be humble enough to apologize even though I'm right. But I don't believe so much in being right and being wrong, because of course there are some situations when it's obvious for aggression or things like that, someone is clearly wrong. But most of the time, both people have valid points, so no one's completely wrong or completely right. So for that, I can apologize even though I'm not wrong. It's better for me because I think it takes pressure off my mind, and I can preserve the relationship. So, but if it's someone I'm not that close, I usually give the other person the chance to apologize if I think it's necessary. No? How about you, Claudia?
Well, I don't have this habit of apologizing even when it's not my fault. But considering that being a trilingual executive assistant, and as I've worked in companies from the United States, Europe, etc., so sometimes when someone from your team, they make a mistake, and the mistake can be like a big problem to your bosses. So in this case, when someone, just like in this case, I apologize myself, even though it's not my fault, and I try to solve the problem. But I think that's the only a situation that I think I would do that. But if not, no, I wouldn't apologize myself. So how about you, Yasmin?
Yes, I need to confess that sometimes I need to do this, because it is not about the person, it's about me to feel better with myself. So, but I just do this if it's someone really close to me that I want to keep the contact, but if it's not, I don't do this. And what about you, Samia?
Same as you, Yasmin. It's something that I do a lot, but not because of the other person, the other people, but because of my own health, my mental health. I want to be good with myself. So that's why I have this habit, of apologizing all the time, even in that situation that it's not my fault. So yeah, it's something that I do a lot. And how about you, Sarah?
Well, I think a little bit similar as the other Sarah. I don't believe in right and wrong because there is my point of view. I don't know. For example, I had a fight with my boyfriend, and I believe that I'm right, and he believes that he's right. But I have my point of view of the situation, and he has his point of view. So it's very hard for me to just I don't know how to say that in English, but bater o pé and say that is he's wrong and I'm not gonna apologize to him. So yeah, as you guys said, when someone really matters to me, I try to look like through his eyes and see the situation through his eyes and maybe apologize. Even if I am sure that I'm right, I can be humble to apologize. But I don't think that I'm a people pleaser for that. I don't apologize to everyone just to make them happy, just to make them okay, you know? What about you, William?
So for me, I don't apologize people often. So even when I make some mistakes, but when I was watching a video on YouTube and there was a question about that, why Americans, they apologize often. So when they are going to ask something, they always say, I'm sorry. When they do something, they always say, I'm sorry. And there was a time that I decided to do that in some English conversation, but it doesn't sound so natural. So for this reason, it's something that it's not my habit. I stopped it to do that. But even when I make a mistake or depending on the people in the situation, I usually apologize to the person.
Yeah, thank you, William. So guys, question number 4. You have a hard time saying no to people? I'm gonna start answering that. I did, but now I am so free of that. I say no every time. People ask me to go to a party with them and I say no. Oh, why not, Sarah? Because I don't want to go, because I want to stay at home. And that is so natural to me that I feel very free to do that with everyone. I'm very happy to achieve that kind of stuff in my life, you know? What about you, Claudia?
Yeah, so I agree. But sometimes at work, it's not so easy to say no to people, because when you support like different teams and then they start asking you to do this and do that, and I was just like, okay. So I just think firstly about the priorities, and then sometimes depending on what people ask me to do, I was just like, okay, I cannot do that now, so no. But in general, it's a little bit hard for me like to say no. But you know, as you said, if with friends or any other like situation, it's okay. But regarding to work, so yeah, it's a little bit hard for me to say no.
That is a great point that you mentioned, because at work, everything changes, right? You cannot just start saying no to people as well as you like to. Sarah, what do you think?
Did you say my name? Sorry. Okay. So I was thinking it's my dream to become this person you became, because for me it's extremely hard to say no. Like Saturday, I was at a baby shower and I was talking with this couple. They were trying to leave the party for 3 times. And I see myself in the situation, like they wanted to leave, but the people were like, oh, stay a little longer. And they were like, okay, so I'm gonna sit here and talk. So for me, I've been there, you know, so I totally understand why they were having such a hard time to leave. So for me, what I did was I called the Uber and I just told them I was leaving 5 minutes before. Because if I said, oh, I guess I'm going to leave, I wouldn't leave the time I wanted to go, you know, so it's hard. So I have to to work in these strategies to in order to achieve this place in my life when I'm be comfortable saying no. Even though saying yes can make me uncomfortable many times, but I feel like saying no, it's also uncomfortable. So it's a little trick for me, you know. How about you, William?
So this question, it's nice because a couple weeks ago I was participating in an English interview, and the question was, do you always agree or disagree with your boss? So in my last job that I was working, so I decided to disagree with my boss, and man, it wasn't a good idea to do that. And sometimes some people, they don't agree when you say no, you are wrong. Why don't you do that in this way beside to do in your way? So it's depend of the people, how these people will accept your no and how people will accept your yes. But in my life, I try to say yes for everybody. So when I am available, why not to go there? Why not to rest? Why not to do nothing? So I was watching a movie. It was a funny movie with Jim Carrey. The name of the movie is Yes. So when he decided to say yes for everything, your life started to be better. And there was a moment that he decided to say no, and everything was completely wrong. So it's depend of the people, depend the situation, but most of the time I always say yes besides say no. Yeah.
That's an awesome movie, William. I love that movie.
Yeah,
Thiago,
it's so fun.
Thiago, what do you think?
I have no the minimum difficulty to say no to everyone, not to my parents, not to my kid, my wife, not to everyone. But certainly I'll explain my reasons.
Great, Thiago. Thank you. Samir, what do you think?
Yeah, I tend to say yes to everyone because I don't want to disappoint anyone. And I tend to say yes to everything, but I have tried to say more no's in my life, you know, because I think I need to think more about myself, you know, because doing this in some situations, it's something that it's not good for me, you know, because I how can I say this? Yeah, I stopped living my life to live the other's life, you know, doing just what the other people wants to me to do. So I have tried, guys.
Yeah, there's also like the other questions. There's a balance between saying no every time and saying yes every time. We have to try and find that balance. Because for me, it's easy to say no, but when I was younger, I wanted to say no to everything because I thought that I was the owner of my own life, so no one could tell me what to do. Not even my mom. I was a very rebel teenager. But nowadays, when she asks me something, I when I cannot do that, I said no. But when I can, why not, right? We can do favors for our loved ones. Yasmin, what do you think?
Yeah, I think in the past I was like Samia. I don't want to disappoint people, but nowadays the only person that I don't want to disappoint is myself. So I'm learning how to say no. So when, as you said, when I can't do, I say no. But if I can, I try to do the things.
Thank you, Yasmin. Claudia, can you read the question number 5 and answer, and then
Sure.
choose someone else to answer, please?
Have you ever noticed some changes in your personality when you are around certain people? Yes, especially when people, they have like a lot of negative thoughts. So I really prefer like people they are like optimists, like they have like good thoughts, positive thoughts. But I've noticed when there's like this kind of people around me, I would just like, I just kind of lost myself. I was just like, what's wrong? So, and then I was just kind of trying out to avoid these people like around me. But it happened once at work as well. And I was just like, okay, I cannot avoid that. So every single day I need to see this person. But then I was just trying like, okay, I just will talk to this person if it's really necessary. If not, I'm okay. So what do you think, Thiago?
I have a question. No, I'm a little shy person. Maybe this is the one change in my personality when with some kind of people. Just William, can you please?
Yeah. So yeah, my personality sometimes change a lot. About that is when I went to a bingo in my neighborhood with most of the people there were elderly, and at the table that I was sitting down, most of the people were elderly as well, and I was the unique youngest in the table, and they are talking about the life, they are talking about the situation that we are facing nowadays, this kind of thing about the war, and there was, so how can I say, the mind that they have, it's so totally different the mind that I have nowadays, and the point of the view, they were so far away, something that I was worried about my life, my job. They just say for me, William, don't waste so much time. What we're going to do in the future? Enjoy your life right now, because you don't know what will happen tomorrow. So you are younger. So we are talking about me, that I am 80 years old, and most of the thing that you are facing right now, probably I faced this some years ago, and I am here. I'm okay. I'm so happy. Sometimes don't think that to be success in your life, you need to have a great job, you need to have money, you need to have a how can I say, a diploma. Don't think about that. Just be happy with yourself, with your family, and especially with God. So I got so surprised, because in the world that we are living, some people, they point that if you want to be successful, you need to have a diploma, you need to have a lot of money before 30 years, you need to get married, you need to have a nice house, a good job, and sometimes it's not about that. And I could say that my personality changed a lot when I was talking with him, and believe it or not, this man changed my life, and now I think that I can run my life totally different, so, and sometimes I agree with this kind of opinion, and sometimes not. But in that day, I totally agree, and I carry with me these thoughts until today. So it was a nice conversation with these elderly people. Yeah. And now, Sarah, your turn. Sarah Conceição, yes.
Okay. So I totally see your point. I'm a little like you, I'd say, because when I'm with my friends, I'm like that person you see in the memes, like when you are in Christmas with your family and New Year's Eve with your friends, like you're different, the way you wear, the clothes, the way you behave. For me, it's something like that, because I feel more comfortable to talk with my friends about romantic relationships, for example, to talk about this kind of stuff. But with my family, my relatives, I prefer to talk about my career, my life goals, because it's more, I don't know, I became a more serious person, I'd say. So that's the main difference I can see regarding to my personality, How about you, Yasmin?
So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe sometimes when you really want to please someone, or like you want to that this person notice that you have interesting in, so maybe in this kind of situations. But nowadays this doesn't happen with me. what about you, Sarah, the other Sarah?
Guys, I have to confess that when I was a teenager, and I always prefer my teenage days because I don't know, I feel like a grown up now. So a lot has changed in my life since I turned 23. But before that, I felt like a teenager since I was 12. So when I was a teenager, I was not a people pleaser. I was a boy pleaser. I want to please boys because I thought that my value was measured by them. So I changed a lot of my personality around boys. I wanted to be like a tomboy, you know, like that girl who only has boyfriend, guy friends. And yeah, I realized that was draining my energy when I spent time with boys that I wanted to please. It was horrible. And nowadays I'm just myself. I say what I want to say. I act like I want to act. And that is very, I feel very free with that. Samia, what do you think?
Of course, I have changed because of my friends, but I would say that I don't change too much, you know. At least when I think about my whole life, I can see that I haven't changed my personality too much, you know. So, but definitely some things that I do right now. I learned with my friends, you know. So nowadays I'm a little bit sociable because of my friends. They keep motivate me to go out and go to the movies, to the restaurants. So because when I was a teenager, I used to be at home. You know, I didn't like to go out too much, but nowadays, because of my friends, I go out all the time.
That's great. Thank you, Samia. Guys, I've noticed that we each answered this question in different meanings, but that was great because we all get to participate and we all get to share a little bit more of ourselves. Even though I thought that everyone would have the same interpretation that I would, but that's okay. Question number 6. Do you consider yourself a people pleaser? Well, I'm gonna start answering that. I don't consider myself a people pleaser, but if I am with someone that is very expert in some area, like my boss, I am a very boss pleaser. I don't want to do a bad scene around him, so I want to please him as much as I can, and I want to stop that behavior, but because I think that's bad for me. What do you think, Yasmin?
Yeah, maybe the same as you, but like to people that I love. So I am always trying to please them, give them gifts. So in this way I am, but if it's about someone that I don't know, I'm not. So what about you, Claudia?
I do not consider myself a people pleaser. And I think that people need to accept like who I am. But sometimes if there's like someone that have like we have like the same interests, or someone that I see, so maybe, you know, I can do just a little bit, but in general, I'm not like that. So how about you, Samia?
Well, no, I consider myself a people pleaser. As I told you before, guys, nowadays, this is something that I learned throughout the years, because I used to be someone pleaser in the past, but nowadays I try to think a little bit more about myself, what I want to do. So yeah, I don't consider myself a people pleaser, person pleaser. And what about you, William?
So sometimes I tried to be a person pleaser, but it's not me. So I can do it for a while, but I can keep it doing for a long time. So to avoid to be faker, so I don't like to be so pleaser. So depending on the people and the situation, I like to be myself. So sometimes I am pleaser, sometimes not, and yeah, in the world that we are live, so if we're pleaser with someone and another person is not pleased with you, so it's so bad. So it's different when you have heard about you need to treat someone in the same way that you want to be treated as well. But in the world that we are live, so this kind of thing, it's difficult to keep it doing, and for this reason, I'm not so pleaser so often. Yeah. And yeah, I don't know if there are someone to answer.
That's okay. It's okay, William. Thank you. Thiago, what about you?
Sincerely, I don't know, but I hope so. However, it depends of the person, because there's some kind of person. It is too difficult to please them, in my opinion.
Some people are not satisfied with anything, right? Sarah, what do you think?
So I don't want to give my answer now because everyone here is so very, and I'm not. But yeah, I'd say I'm a people pleaser. I'm trying to change that because I've seen that when you are a people pleaser, you are teaching the other people how they can treat you, like you accept everything. So the people will always come to you to ask for things and to do not to disrespect, to be disrespectful, even because oh, she accepts, she's okay with everything because she doesn't want to disappoint me. So for me it's really hard to not be the person who says no, who tries to validate my point of view above other points, because I'm trying to I'm trying to do better. That's my answer.
We all are.
It's really hard for me,
Yeah, I feel you, Sarah. I think I'm in that transition phase. Trying not to be a people pleaser, but trying to please people that I love is very hard for me. Sabia, can you read the question 7 and answer, please?
7. How can you distinguish between pleasing people to have their acceptance and pleasing people you like to make them happy? That's a hard question. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe see how the people are gonna react. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I need more time to think about this question. Some
It's a very hard
volunteer.
question.
Yeah.
Yeah, do we have volunteers, please?
I totally agree with Samia. It's a hard question, but I think maybe pleasing people to make them happy should be something maybe related to your family and friends, where you know them. So maybe you see like, okay, in this case, I can please them, so then they will make them happy. On the other hand, pleasing people to have their acceptance. So I think nowadays the society wants us to do everything based on the acceptance. So we need to be like kind of robots, like everybody needs to be the same. We cannot have our own thoughts, our own personality, our own ideas. So I think in this case, we can relate it to the society. So we don't need to please anyone, like to be accepted. So we just need to be like who we truly are. So what's your opinion, Sarah?
I was thinking it's a good way to know if you are just trying to make people happy or if you are looking for acceptance is how do you feel after you have the decision. For example, my mom wants me to help her with something at home, but I want to go out. So instead of going out, I decide to stay at home with her. But I'm not feeling, oh, I wish I could go out. I'm okay with that. I'm happy because I'm helping and she means something to me. So for me, this is me trying to act for making her happy. And I'm okay with that. So for me, that's okay. But if I'm staying at home and I'm complaining all the time, I'm feeling like, oh, that sucks. I wish I was with my friends. The difference is how do you feel about your decision, if you're comfortable, if you're just if you feel like, oh, that's okay, I can go out other day. It's the way you see the situation. That's what I would say. William, can you answer, please?
Well, yeah, so for me, it depends how these people you accept my pleasure. So for example, in my house, when I want something or I want to do something, I always butter my wife up so much. Different in the job, for example. I try in my job to be kind most of the time with the people, with my coworkers, but you can see that the way that I pleasure someone in my job is totally different in my house. And yeah, so sometimes the people, they can see in the way that I am speaking. So with my wife, I am so kind, I'm so nice with her. I turn down the tone of my voice. And in my job, sometimes even I try to do that, people, they don't deserve this kind of thing. So I can see, so in the behavior of the people, you accepted that, I think it's the way that I can distinguish between someone that say I want to be this person to be happy or just to be pleaser, Yeah. The another one is Samia.
Samia has already answered, but Yasmin, what do you think?
Oh my God.
That's okay, William, that's okay.
Also, I think we can distinguish this, like when you are doing something to please someone that you like, to make them happy, you feel happy. So I think we can distinguish this when we are feeling good to do this thing and when we are doing just to have their acceptance. Maybe you don't feel so good and maybe you don't see value in the things that you are doing. So just if someone said, oh, you are doing a great job, but you just notice this when this person say.
It's a great answer, Yasmin. I never thought from that angle. Thiago, what do you think?
Hey people, sorry, I didn't understand these questions. I really spaced out with this question. I don't know. I think it's a little difficult to distinguish these people when you make my acceptance. I don't know. I think it's for me is a little difficult in this situation. But really, I spaced out this question. I'm really confused. Even though the answers from the others when replying them, I really didn't understand.
That's okay. Maybe I asked the question in the wrong way, but what I wanted to ask is, do you feel when you want to please someone just to be accepted by them? And when you want to please someone because you love them, do you feel the difference? Because for me, I totally feel the difference, but I have to know myself very hard, you know?
Okay. I have some difficulty in this case. I don't know. Maybe for men, it's difficult to feeling this situation, to realize this situation, this environment with these people. I think I have a difficulty. I have a difficulty to understand this situation when talk about to talk about feelings of other people. I have this difficulty.
Yeah, often men feel some
my
difficulty talking about feelings, right?
My wife and my mother always says this situation about me.
Guys, Samia is not here. I would ask her to answer because she didn't answer. I remember that she skipped the question and Claudia answered after that. Guys, to finish up, do you think that being a people pleaser is related with having a low self-esteem? Claudia, what do you think?
Sorry, I don't know if like about self-esteem. I think it's more about like hiding yourself, like hiding, you know, who you truly are, because you're always like trying to accept everything that people wanted to do and for them, you know, not just to for acceptance or to make them happy. But I think once you understand who you truly are, and then you'll be able to select, okay, I can change these, so then I won't be like a people pleaser anymore.
Yeah, I feel you, Claudia. What do you think, William?
So, well, it's not to be a weaker and it's not to be a self-esteem. So some people, they grow up to be a people person, you know, and for them it's nice. So it's the way that they live, it's the way that they're going to be in the rest of their life. But some people, they think just because you are so kind with them, you are supporting them, you are helping them, they think you are so weak. So they think that they can do everything that they want, you deserve, you know. They think that they can treat you bad, but it's not about that. So some people, they prefer to live in that way, to be nice with another people, to help them, beside to take something in, how can you say, in exchange. Or even sometimes people, they will bother you if the way that you are, so you don't take care, you know, you just want to be yourself. So for me, it's not about that, to be a self-esteem.
Yeah, thank you. What do you think, Thiago?
Sorry, I don't know. I don't think so, because people with a low self-esteem, in my opinion, generally demonstrate other aptitudes, other kinds of situation, not in my opinion, actually not related with it to being a people pleaser, because I think I'm a person pleaser, and I'm not have a low self-esteem.
Yeah, that's a great point, Thiago. I never thought that angle. Okay, guys, as I have two colleague friends here from TNT. I'm gonna skip the answer of the both of them, Sarah and Yasmin, because we are getting at the end of our meeting. So we're gonna have to end this meeting. Claudia, what do you think of your first meeting? Do you like it?
It was amazing, definitely.
That's great. So, guys, I sent you the YouTube link, so if you can please like the video that we are live right now, and the survey link, so you can evaluate this meeting, the theme, our conversation, my work as a host. That would be great. And Claudia, thank you so much for coming today. I hope you come more often. All right.
Yeah, and thank you. I think it's like we really need like some opportunities to practice more instead of just like studying grammar and writing. So I think speaking, it's like a good way in order like to meet people from different countries. So I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, exactly. For me, TNT is more about talking to people than just learning English, you know. I came here to learn English, but I started loving this therapy session.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much, Yasmin and Sarah. You were here, and that was great for my emotional support. I'll see you guys next time, and bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye, guys.